On the morning of July 3, 1988, Iran Air Flight 655 took off from Bandar Abbas Airport in southern Iran. It was a routine flight, 28 minutes to Dubai. 290 passengers and crew, 66 of them were children. None of them landed. 7 minutes after takeoff, 2 American missiles struck the aircraft over the Strait of Hormuz. The plane broke apart in the air. Everyone on board fell into the Persian Gulf. The United States Navy had shot down a civilian airliner in broad daylight. The captain who gave the order received a medal. America never apologized. Here is what you need to understand about July 3rd, 1988. The world was a different place. The Iran-Iraq War had been grinding on for 8 years. The Persian Gulf had become one of the most dangerous stretches of water on Earth. Iranian gunboats were attacking oil tankers. The United States Navy was there to protect them. USS Vincennes was one of the most advanced warships ever built, a Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser. She carried the Aegis combat system, the most sophisticated naval radar in the world. It could track hundreds of contacts simultaneously. It could identify civilian aircraft. It could distinguish a commercial airliner from a fighter jet. The system worked perfectly. The humans operating it did not. On the morning of July 3rd, the Vincennes was already in combat. Iranian gunboats had been threatening a Pakistani tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. The Vincennes opened fire. Iranian gunboats were firing back. The ship was maneuvering aggressively through the strait, at one point entering Iranian territorial waters. It was in the middle of this surface battle, guns firing, the ship turning and accelerating, that Iran Air Flight 655 took off from Bandar Abbas. Bandar Abbas was a joint military and civilian airport. Iranian F-14 fighter jets were based there alongside commercial aircraft. The Vincennes crew knew this. At 10:17 a.m., Iran Air 655 departed 27 minutes late. It climbed to its assigned altitude. It squawked the correct civilian identification code. It was flying on a published commercial airway. It was doing everything a civilian aircraft was supposed to do. 7 minutes into the flight, the Vincennes detected it. Vincennes had approximately 3 minutes to decide. In the Combat Information Center, the crew was already stressed. The ship was still engaged with Iranian gunboats on the surface. Multiple contacts were being tracked simultaneously. The noise and chaos of an active surface engagement filled the room. The Aegis system correctly identified the contact as a civilian aircraft climbing on a commercial route. The data was there, on the screens, accurate. But the humans looking at those screens saw something different. One crew member reported the aircraft was descending. It was climbing. One crew member reported it was increasing speed toward the ship. It was flying its normal route away. One crew member reported it was transmitting on military frequencies. It was transmitting on civilian frequencies. Each wrong assessment built on the last. Investigators would later call it a cascading series of confirmation biases. Once the crew had decided the contact was a threat, every piece of data was interpreted to confirm that decision rather than challenge it. The Vincennes attempted to contact the aircraft. 7 warnings were broadcast, but on a combination of military and civilian frequencies. Iran Air Flight 655 was monitoring air traffic control frequencies. The crew never heard the warnings. They had no idea an American warship was targeting them. The captain, Commander William C. Rogers III, had 3 minutes. He chose to fire. 2 SM-2 surface-to-air missiles were launched at 10:24 a.m. The first missile struck Iran Air Flight 655 at an altitude of 3,800 meters over the Strait of Hormuz. The aircraft broke apart immediately. All 290 people on board fell into the Persian Gulf. The youngest victim was 2 months old. The bodies and wreckage fell across a wide area of the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian rescue boats arrived within hours. They pulled bodies from the water for days. The wreckage of the Airbus A300 registration EPIBU, settled on the floor of the Strait of Hormuz. It is still there today. The reaction was immediate and global. Iran called it a barbaric massacre. Ayatollah Khomeini vowed revenge. Thousands of Iranians filled the streets of Tehran for the funeral of the victims. The images went around the world. Grieving families, coffins, the scale of the loss impossible to absorb. The United States response was careful. President Reagan expressed deep regret. Vice President George Bush, speaking at the United Nations, defended the Vincennes. He said the ship had acted in self-defense. He blamed Iran for the tensions in the Gulf. The Navy launched its own investigation, the Fogarty Report. It concluded the crew had acted in good faith given the information available to them. It noted the errors. It did not recommend court-martial for anyone. Commander Rogers appeared on television. He defended his decision. He said he had done what was necessary to protect his ship and his crew. The Aegis system data, which had correctly identified the aircraft as civilian throughout, was not initially made public. In 1990, Commander William Rogers was awarded the Legion of Merit Medal upon his retirement from the Navy. The citation praised his leadership and his service. It did not mention Iran Air Flight 655. The families of the 290 victims were outraged. Iran was outraged. Much of the world was outraged. The United States never issued a formal apology. In 1996, 8 years after the shootdown, the United States and Iran reached a settlement at the International Court of Justice. America agreed to pay $61.8 million in compensation to the families of the victims. The settlement included no admission of wrongdoing, no acknowledgement of fault, no apology. The legal language described the payment as an ex gratia gesture, a payment made as a favor, not as an admission of guilt. Iran has never accepted this as sufficient. The anniversary of July 3rd is still commemorated in Iran every year. The shootdown remains one of the deepest grievances in the relationship between Iran and the United States, a wound that has never fully closed. The Aegis combat system that correctly identified Flight 655 as a civilian aircraft is still in service on dozens of American warships today. The lesson the Vincennes incident taught, that the most sophisticated weapons system in the world is only as good as the humans operating it under stress, has been studied in military academies and business schools around the world for decades. 290 people took off from Bandar Abbas on a 28-minute flight to Dubai on the morning of July 3rd, 1988. 66 of them were children. The youngest was 2 months old. Their wreckage is still on the floor of the Strait of Hormuz, and America never said sorry.